Welcome to another episode of Loud Murmurs. It's been an interesting one. So,
Well, we spoke about how our week went, how we met. We also spoke about this polyamorous
new age
relationship.
Dynamics of the new age relationships.
New age relationships.
Yeah.
And then we now spoke about motherhood.
Motherhood, fatherhood, navigating them.
Look forward to next time where we're going to talk about overcorrection and feminization of our men.
Yeah.
First time I was introduced to Ghanaian cinema, like, oh my God, you are this man.
So, I mean, like almost since what?
You're going to offer me the job, but what's holding
When?
Exactly.
They just want the best of the best.
My Oga at the top said no.
No, you're made for medicine.
The woman is the crown. Have you ever seen where a crown is chasing after the king? Come and wear me, come and wear me. No, I don't like people that take loan. That's the one.
People take loan for weddings.
They are counting what to do.
They are not spread though. Hey,
The floor is still empty.
the floor is still empty.
Who is doing more? At that particular instant, the man should get if I get out.
Hi guys, welcome to the second episode of Loud Murmurs. We're back again. Your host on the podcast today is Dummie, and Miss J.
Hello.
Hi girls.
Hello.
How was your week? Who wants to go first?
Who wants to go first? Like we're in class.
Right. So Dummie, how was your week?
My week was okay, I guess. Yeah. It just filled with the mundane and just, nothing specially special.
Yeah. So you went through Monday to Sunday, just coasting.
Just honestly, autopilot.
I
was
it. Wow. Okay. Miss J, how was your week? We had sort of similar week to the tail end of the week, but how was the week before then?
Well, my week started with, of course, working daytime practice. And then midweek, I had to go to Wales for the RCGP conference, which that was there as well with me. So, well, the week was quite interesting because you get to meet new people, new acquaintances, networking, learning. It was just interesting. And then also at the social event where you get to see people dancing and learning new. It was quite interesting. So that was quite a good week, I must say. Then I've been back since Friday night, and then the weekend is upon us.
Almost ended.
Almost ended, but we are here. We are here now.
Oh well. My week was great too as well. Because I don't work Monday, so worked on Tuesday, on Wednesday. In fact, I hope my employer does not hear this. So I applied for leave to go for this conference for Wednesday and Thursday because I needed to travel to Wales on Wednesday, and then conference was Thursday and Friday. But then I didn't know my leave request was cancelled for Wednesday because apparently there was not enough staff. And I only found out when I came to work on Tuesday. So I was in the midst of trying to go and meet the manager to say, listen, I can't be here on Wednesday because I need to travel. I had a lot of things planned on that Wednesday before I could go to Wales.
Yeah.
But then the way God does his things in a marvelous way is during lunch, I vomited. And I was ill. I was ill at work. From nowhere, I started vomiting after I had my lunch. I think what happened was I had my iron tablet on empty stomach, which I normally would do, but I don't know what happened that day. So normally, give you a bit of gastritis when you have it on empty stomach. But then I vomited during lunch, and I just managed to finish my clinic around 4 o'clock. I had to leave. So I told the second in command in the practice, and she was like, you can't come to work the next day because vomiting protocol, you have to be out for 48 hours. So
48 hours, yeah.
You say So that's how I ended up not working on Wednesday. And of course, I had the day off on Friday. I don't work on Thursday. So yeah, back, saw you in the conference, had a good time. And back to normalcy now.
Back to reality.
Yes. So, and I was saying, I don't think we've introduced our podcast formally. I mean, Loud Murmurs. So, Dummie will do us the honors to say what our podcast's about. Yeah.
All right. Hi, everybody. So this is Loud Murmurs, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Just 3 grown medical females who decided
Yeah.
to come together to talk
Yeah.
about everything and nothing. Yeah. Yeah. And then it's, spice of medical life or anything medical. It's just going to be drizzled in there from time to time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair warning, we are Switzerland. We do not talk about politics and we do not talk about religion.
We try not to meddle, but if it's spicy, if it's interesting, we might talk about it, but we're not partisan.
Wait, first, yeah. Let's move from green to red.
Yeah.
Right? We can spice it up any way you want.
Any way you want. Yeah.
I think there are certain topics that we cannot
Ignore.
avoid.
Exactly. Yeah.
So there are times when we would just go there just a time.
Just a little bit. Based on what we know. Like, I'm going to say what concerns me as a human being living in a country. We hope it will be fun, definitely. Try to let our head down. And of course, we'll be on social media as well. If you do have any questions, anything you feel like we want us to discuss, we can talk about it. And like Miss J said, rock and roll. Yeah. I was talking about how we met. Like, how did we meet? How did you meet?
I don't know.
I think it's a WhatsApp group, isn't it?
WhatsApp
group. For the exam.
WhatsApp group or Telegram? I think.
Telegram. Me was Telegram. I don't know about you.
I think it was WhatsApp group. Yeah.
Was it WhatsApp group for you?
Yeah,
I said with Telegram.
For me, it was Telegram.
Okay.
It was Telegram in 2017.
Whoa, that's a long time. Yeah.
I think that was around October, November. Thereabout. That was when this Telegram group, well, of course, if you're planning to go to the UK, you are trying to meet people who are also sort of preparing for exam and stuff like that. One of my colleagues who was also trying to come to the UK, he said, there's a Telegram group where people discuss questions and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, well, I'm interested. For me, anywhere that knowledge is being shared, I want to be there. So the one I was talking to was a Ghanaian. We worked together for 6 months in a department. But the one who added me is from Nigeria because she studied in Ghana with that that I worked with. So then that was how I was added to the group. So, and I got to the group and I realized that almost everybody in the group is Nigerian. But for me, I'm used to Nigerian because in medical school, 9 out of 10 of my colleagues or my friends are Nigerian. So I already know how to vibe with them and all that. So it felt like a second home to me, really.
It's very interesting because mine was different in medical school. All my classmates were Ghanaians.
Really? Wow. Well, I studied in Nigeria, so I can't really.
Oh my God. It was so different. Like, it was so bad that Nigerians thought I was Ghanaian.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, they thought I was a Ghanaian because I used to hang out with Ghanaians. I used to go for their social group meetings. I used to invite, but you Ghanaian, like, no. You're always with them.
With them.
Yeah, my group. What do you want me to do?
Where else do you want me to be?
So that was how I joined the group. And that was when because I think that
was for Plabon, isn't it? Was it Plabon? Yeah.
And then from there
we joined
for a smaller group, which was WhatsApp to sort of prepare for Plab 2 and all that. And then we are here now.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I joined for Plab 2. Plabon.
Like, you had your own group. I think what happens usually is because it depends on how you join. And then there was only one UK Plab 2 group then, which was this group that we are on. So usually, because the group even got full at some point, and we had to create another group.
A second group. So they named it ABC.
ABC, exactly. We were the A because we were sort of, say, early on that journey, but not early because we have been migrating to the UK. But for the benefit of those who don't know what PLAB is, like Ms. J can explain to them like the pathway for moving to the UK for Nigerian or Ghanaian or anybody foreign trained doctors.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, if you want to practice in the UK, it doesn't matter wherever country you are from, you would have to pass the licensing exam for the UK, and they have it in two parts. We have the PLAB 1 and the PLAB 2. So the PLAB 1 is sort of where I think things have changed a lot over time.
They now do the UK MLA.
I wrote this exam like 7 years ago. So that was 2018. I remember. So,
oh my God. Is that 7 years already?
Yes, I did PLAB 1 in 2018 as well.
So time really flies. But
yes.
I think during our time, PLAB 1 was where you have sort of a multiple choice questions, 200 questions. And then PLAB 2 is where you do the OSCE, where you go to we have like 18 stations with examiners and stuff. Where
with simulated patients.
With simulated patients, where you move from room to room, trying to see patients and stuff. But I think now they reduced the questions for the PLAB 1 to 180.
80,
okay.
Yeah, and I'm not sure about PLAB 2 now. I'm the worst person to give you it.
The worst.
In 2018, I was on top of my
yes, you were. You had a good question. Oh my God, yeah. Yes.
Right now, I don't need PLAB 1 or 2 anymore. I'm not abreast of what's happening right now.
Exactly.
PLAB 1. So after your PLAB 1 and PLAB 2, then you can register with the General Medical Council, which is the GMC, and then from there you get your license. It depends on if you've done your house job already, then you can get your full license. But if you've not done your house job, for those of you who don't know what house job means, it's like when you finish medical school, straight from medical school, you would have to practice for, it depends on which country you are from. In Ghana, your house job is for 2 years.
Right. Nigeria is 1 year. Yeah.
You guys would do your NYS.
Mandatory NYS national service.
It's 2 years. So it's like, I'll say it's sort of almost like
in UK, where you do foundation year 1 and 2.
Foundation year 1 and 2. But so for me, for example, I did my house job for 2 years, and then I worked for a couple of years before I moved to the UK. But you have to do PLAB 1 and PLAB 2 and then get registered, and then you would have to then look for a job. During our time, getting a job was still
very easy. No,
at that time we still thought
it wasn't easy. Oh my God.
Oh no. Yeah, that definitely we did think it was difficult, but now it's even more difficult.
Now, compared to now, I think it's more difficult than
exactly.
Fair enough, because I know I still have my book of up to 150.
Really?
Yes, up to 150.
I don't think I did up to 20.
And sometimes they don't even get back to you.
Yeah.
So and I did like 3 interviews, and I had like option to choose from, but I still have the book. Was it up to 100? Maybe I'm over exaggerating, but it's just sharp plenty.
Was a lot.
I think for me, I was that adventurous that I started applying for jobs when my PLAB 2 results had not even been released.
Yeah, that's what the institute would advise us then, to just write in waiting or something. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I did do that.
Yeah.
At that time, there were some trusts that would want you to attend in person as well. So at that time, I got my first interview request before my PLAB 2 results came out.
Right. Okay.
Because you have to go in person to do
Yes.
So what happened was that I emailed the consultant whose name I could find on the application and who said you have been a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
At that time, I did not really understand most of the things that they were requesting to come along with and all that, but I just emailed them to say, well, I'm not in the country at the moment, but I'll be attending a GMC ID check. So then I would want to have the interview around that time too, so that both can coincide.
Yeah.
I can't come and attend an interview, go back and then
exactly and come back. It was quite expensive then. Can you imagine? Because you have to do your exam and come back again for ID check.
Exactly.
Whereas thankfully during my own turn, they started incorporating the ID check with when you come for the exam. Yeah. So when you do the exam, you do your ID check. I don't have to come back here.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
I can't remember anything.
For most, I was waiting for the ID check and then the interview. I got 2 other interviews also in person. I don't know why they were asking for in-person interview, but luckily for me, most of them, the 2 of them were after my ID check. I think a few days apart from each other.
Yeah, each other.
I think one was Guy's and St. Thomas, and one was Barnet Hospital in North London. And but my first one was Royal Free Hospital.
Right.
all 3 interviews. I got offered the job for both the Royal Free and then guys. Barnett taking too long to respond. They said they'll get back to me, but they are going to offer me the job. But you're going to offer me the job, but what's holding you? Exactly. But the thing is, I didn't want to live in London. So I think I attended those interviews to gain experience.
Just to get a feel of what it feels like.
Experience. So I was just waiting for any job. I'm like, any job I get outside London, I would take it.
Taking it.
Matter, even if it's Mars.
As long as it's not London, it's a goal. Yeah.
Exactly. So that was what happened in my case. So my case, I didn't really struggle. It took I did a lot of applications because I was waiting for results. I just apply a day. I can apply for like 8 jobs.
Right.
So by the time my results came, I had applied for like 150.
Whoa,
I think I applied for 158 in total.
Wow. Guys.
So when I'm
so lazy.
The offer for the interviews, I stopped the application.
Applying.
And then because some of them, they would email me to ask me for interview, but I wasn't even aware I'd even made
application. So you don't even know what job certification or what they really need for the job, but you're like,
the only jobs I applied for were surgical jobs. I didn't apply for any other job. Surgical job. It has to be a surgical specialty. I wasn't applying for
any medical, anything. Yeah.
That was not
what you were doing. Yeah.
Exactly. I applied for only surgical, general surgery, cardiothoracic surgery. I applied for, you name it. So a lot of things have changed now. And during our time, they had that resident labor market test.
Yeah. So you could only apply for if you did like training and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. So a lot of things have changed.
Yeah, a lot of things have changed.
A lot of things have changed now. But for those of you who don't know the process of moving to the UK to
it's a lot
work, it's a lot. But now I think it's become even more complex.
Yeah, it's becoming a bit. But any information you're looking for usually is on reliable websites. You can check GMC. You can join groups that are verified, and then just make sure that whatever information you're getting is the right information before you go. Okay, so long story short, if you got to this point, we met on a group, and somehow we have found each other, and we're doing a podcast. Yeah. So, what did you want to talk about today, Timmy? Right, so let me give you an idea of how the G started. So I was looking at some social media thing and scrolling through, and I saw this lady, somebody was asking her about her sexuality, and I think she used to be attracted to women. Now she's married to a man, and so I think she's born again as well. Now she's a Christian, and I think someone was asking her if God has made her straight, right? And obviously she said that she doesn't think God's desire is to make her straight. She doesn't have any feelings towards a man or a woman. She has feelings for her husband. And so basically God has only made her like a husband. So it's such a long-winded answer for a simple question.
But that question, how long was she evaded that question?
Is the husband male or female?
It's male. That's an invasion of question, because even as a straight married person, you will still be attracted to other women, but because of your commitment to your wife and because of your commitment to God, you decide in your heart that no, I'm not
doing this.
I'm not doing that. This is the person I have. No. So that question, she
is just like
she evaded it.
He's just going like this. You know how they ask politicians?
He evaded it. What do you got?
When they ask politician question, they will first of all go around like this, go around like this, go around like this, and not answer anything. You know, we get it. To be honest, it's a tough question to ask, and I think the worst thing is confronting your feelings and also trying to manage people's response to it, because she's a public-facing person, and I know it's very hard to try to articulate these things in words, and you can only say it in a way that makes it look like, I remember that when we were in school, when they ask you something, a question, they'll be like, this strong meat is for people that are matured. So they don't want to say some things. They'll tell you that you're a baby Christian. And we get all those things, but we know. But Anyway, so the Dummie is very fascinated with something she realized. She said,
Okay.
so I'll let you know.
Yeah. I've seen it online.
Yeah.
And I just blah, just zoom off. But then I came face to face with it. So
Yeah.
I was really fascinated by it. So it's this new age relationship, polyamorous relationship, basically, where you have multiple people in a relationship. Well, they say they're all relationship.
Yeah.
So it's okay. This one I saw was FFM, so 2 females, 1 male.
Interesting.
Yeah. So they have MMF, they are whatever they come in. Yeah. So I was very curious, like,
how does it work?
How does it work? Like, in terms of the data, is the man dating the both of them and then the females are dating each other as well? Or is it just one lady who is dating both the man and the woman? And because 2 individuals just feel like, I love this lady, let's just work with it. Let's just stay together. Together. Yeah. I've seen that online where one guy, Billy, liked the girl, Emma, and another guy, but those 2 individuals did not want to be
together.
But because they liked Billy,
there was a common link.
Yeah, there was a common link, so they just went ahead with it. So it's very
I don't know what to say. So it's not like a triangle. Because in this case that you are talking about, like you said, what FFM is that what you're saying?
So what if it's a triangle?
FFM?
So two females. Well, if there are 3, then it's like a triangle. So 2 females.
But
so the one
I
don't know how that.
I'll create it a triangle if all of them have feelings for each other. Like the 2 females have feelings for the male, and then the females also have feelings for each other. Yeah, and then
it's a tough one. Do you know one thing I always say? We always try to find a new word for everything. For example, polygamy. Like, polygamy is actually a man marrying multiple wives.
Yeah.
And now a man wants 2 females, and we can mask it under people being polyamorous.
No, females also do it.
Yeah. And you have females that are on women. That's polyandry. Yeah. And then in some places, they're not legalized. Some places are being frowned upon, but somehow we found a way to make it look cool.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden is a thing. But then, like I always said, and set up all of this is a whole lot of emotional mess going on. Because I don't know how people function. I don't know.
And they have kids. They have kids.
Okay.
So they brought kids into the mess. That the kids call 2 of them mommy.
Okay. Okay.
As a daddy. So they have 2 mummies and 1 daddy.
And 1 daddy. And then who is the biological parent of the kid? Is the one
because it's the setting which we met. So they will let you know. But outside, they'll tell you where the mothers. It's not your business. You don't need to know. Yeah.
I mean, whenever I see any sort of, even like, we've not even finished dealing with normal families. We talk about family. I'm not saying that it's abnormal. I'm just saying that things that are not the norm. Immediately, of course, as a healthcare professional, it's safeguarding for the kids that come into my mind. Like, I'm always thinking about, like, is there any sort of safeguarding concern with this arrangement? Because who is responsible for the kids? And is there really that, like, because I don't really care what adults are doing with themselves. Like, I really don't give a damn. But as long as somebody's vulnerable. Yeah,
but the kids are well looked after.
Yes, as long as the kids are well looked after and understand dynamics. Yeah.
Than their peers.
Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. So, I don't know.
It was a very interesting dynamic. Mommy. But in our mind, we know, okay, this is not because of the setting, we know who she is. Like, we know, like, what kind of mommy she is. So it was very, I was so curious. I wanted to ask, like, but, you have to respect the boundaries. You don't want to be seen that you're either judging by your questions, but then I'm not judging. No, that's what I'm trying to say. That there's some questions you ask, and you'll be like, is she judging us? Is she? I was hoping that I'd met her in a different setting. Yes. Yeah. So that, because my curiosity was just, I need to understand how does it work.
Yeah. Yeah, how do you run the home? Who is responsible for the kids? Who, like, who is actually, what's really happening here?
Yeah, but it might work out for them in terms of childcare. Maybe in that triangle, there will always be someone who is not working a certain
Someone who
day.
is available.
Yeah, who's available to for childcare.
The only thing I've actually seen in cases like this, I've only seen where there is an open relationship. I haven't seen they are living together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've seen it in movies, but like in real life, what I've actually encountered is people that have like an open relationship and they are able to like explore other people.
Oh, okay.
And in a case where it's for example, the woman is turning towards both sides and then she finds a lady who wants to be involved with them, then they bring them close and all that. But people have all sorts that work for their relationship.
But this one, they live together. They're all living together. They're all living together.
I mean, think about it. It's cost saving.
True. Three people contributing for rent and bills. Yes. Do
you know how much council tax is?
So my question in this situation is, when it comes to intimacy, for example, how? Because there are, let's say this in this triangle, in this case that Dummie mentioned, there are two females and then there's one male. So I'm wondering, is it the females that like themselves and then they?
That's the thing. I couldn't explore it
because the female and the male were together. Then they felt like they needed a second female. So whose idea was that? And if the other female came in, was that female also interested in the female or was only interested in the male? So then in this case, if the female is only interested in the male, then it will be more of a polygamy. That's how I would see it, more of a polygamy rather than a polyamorous relationship.
I think the word amorous basically means love. Sexual love, whatever. Yeah. And then poly means you people are many.
You people are many
inside it, right? It can be leaning towards the man. On some days you feel like the man, on some days you feel like the woman, and some days you feel like both. So it depends on your dynamics and what works for you and what both of you. And initially, some people, what I've seen in the movies, like maybe a woman and a woman, they are into wanting other people, but they want like same sex. So they're happy to bring in a second person who completes their triangle, and they're happy to stay with that person, and they either live together or whatever. But like that is what it doesn't start with 3 different people. It starts with 2 people that are together and then brings in a third person. That's what I have seen.
Where does it end? So when then one person also meets somebody and say, I think that we can add this.
No, I mean, I don't know. I don't know that one, but I know that sometimes it can become like you see every other thing that involves, even talk about friendship, a friendship group. And people were 2 and then you were 3 and another person brings another person, and it starts extending. In that friendship group, there are people that will be closer to the other. There are people whose company you enjoy more than the other. And it might get to a point where you can decide like, you know what, I'm not feeling this thing. And maybe 2 people want to break off. I'll continue with 2 of them alone. Or one person decides to leave the group to go and form another. It's the same thing. That's how it works.
But then sometimes it starts up as 3. Like the example I was giving you of Billy and Emma and Tim. Was it Tim? I'm trying to remember his name. So their main link there was Billy.
It's just that, yeah.
Billy was just a greedy guy. He wants to date both men and women. He's pansexual. Yeah. He wants to date both Tim and Emma. He wants to be in committed relationships.
Right. Both, right.
But Emma and Tim are not feeling the whole triangle.
Yeah. But somehow they are there.
But they are there. Why? Because of Billy.
Yeah. Yes. When it comes to relationship and dynamics, all I think about is not just the fact that, this person is really like the person that's happened to the other person. I also think about the fact that if they have something you're looking for, if the other person is also vulnerable, actually, if you've put in years into a relationship, you can't find yourself being somewhere else. So even if your partner is saying, let's open the relationship, you're happy to do it because you really want things to work.
Yeah.
If they have some sort of control over you. So all those kind of things, when it comes to relationship, I dip it more than just saying, like it's the newest thing, it's cool, people are doing it now. I always think about it from that sort of thing, like power, control, and all of that. So sometimes it's not like people are, people might be willing participants to it, but there was also a form of coercion that we also want to talk about in those kind of settings. But obviously, I'm not the best.
Yeah, I
not
get
the
that.
best place to say whether that's the case or not.
But this, that's what I was, because we watched it. I was watching it. There was no. I don't think there's any form.
You won't know. You won't even know that until you see it. So most of them, they are scripted, and everybody sounds happy in everything.
No,
even in,
they were not happy.
Yeah,
Steve and Emma were not happy with it. They were not. Like you know, they will have like a private section.
Yeah,
where they will talk about how they are feeling.
I'm not happy.
I really don't want to do this. I want this. Blah, 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 blah. She's like, well, you can't knock it till you try it. Why don't I try it first? You can see her mind.
Yeah, but that's her not being happy to be there. That's also that form of coercion where you don't really want to be here, but you don't have much say. You can only either be here or you're not. And she doesn't want to not be there for some reason. There's something she's saying.
Why are you saying she has?
Yeah, she has say. She can not to be in a relationship or not.
No, what I'm saying is that it's not as easy as you say. You can just walk away. Do you understand? There might be things tying her to the relationship.
Okay, maybe give you why. Yeah, so it's very superficial. It's not like they've been in a relationship for a very, very, very long time.
No. Okay, consider the fact that you know, like some people. Now, it's your department, right? It's like people who are they have personality disorder.
Sure.
And once they form an attachment, they don't want to leave for some reason. They just want to be there. They want people to like them. So even if they meet you today, tomorrow, they are confessing feelings that God knows where it came from. so if they're in a thing, like I've literally met people and you're like, how long have you known this person? And they're doing it like this. Oh, it's been 6 months. But why can't you leave? Oh, that I can't see myself leaving because this is the only place where I felt seen.
True. For
some reason, and they don't know, they just have that fear of leaving and finding someone else that likes them or makes them feel like they are worth something. So these are the things you also see in that situation, because somebody has found their identity in their sexuality or in a relationship or whatever, and that's all they feel they are worth in that sense. Like, this is the only way I know people care for me. I want someone to like me, to own me, to want me in a certain way. I'm somebody's something. So you don't want to detach them. You know what, they try to be there. They want to to get from another ship. Wait.
When they now did a reunion, they are broken up. So she could move on.
She could move on.
Yeah, she could move on. It was not a personality. It was not
anything. It's just the fact that
maybe whatever. If it was, maybe she had walked through it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're not amorosing anymore.
The ship has sailed.
It's gone. Yeah. You brought up something very interesting. Talk about when you open up your relationship. Yeah. I've seen only one person, who has done it in this UK Nigerian couple. Hold on.
Interesting.
Yeah. A Nigerian couple. But in my mind, I feel like it wasn't a mutual agreement.
I've never seen a mutual open relationship.
One person will be coerced.
Yeah, it was the man.
It's always one person bullying the other person into it. And you know one thing, like I've seen a situation where a guy said, let's open a relationship. And then, of course, he came back and he was upset because the woman was getting more dates.
Yeah, I've read that. The man was angry. He thought that the woman would be in the house mourning.
You know how you overestimate your worth, and then the streets tell you then what she.
The streets will humble you.
I was so happy for her because she didn't want to. Her husband coerced her, and then big men, like people who were higher in status than the husband, were coming for her.
Can we close this? Close it. I'm like, no, we're not closing it. We're not closing it. In fact, right now, I think I'm even falling in love with Lan Odogu. Please, we are not closing this.
I read that. I was like, yes.
You know, the funny thing is because every time, in every relationship, you see that they're having like ego issues. There's always that one person who feels inflated sense of self, like I'm important, like I'm the ish here. Without me, things are not running. And you're like, okay, fine. Let's put it to test. And then you realize that, listen, man, we just be lying low here. Don't worry.
Yeah, men, they can't eat what they dish out. They can't handle it. They can't. They really can't handle it. It reminds me of that thing that was trending on social media. I don't know if you met it. About the guy who came here with like, I think 4 or 5 children.
All right. The one that the wife left the...
Yes. Yeah.
You know the thing that I like I always tell people, like, before we used to say, oh, forgive people, turn the other cheek.
No.
Me, I like aura for aura. Like, let's go band for band. Like, sometimes that's when you realize that people
match
can actually
energy for energy.
Let's match energy for energy in some situations. And the reason why people are not able to do it where they find themselves, because maybe they don't have the resource, they don't know how to. But sometimes let people actually taste their medicine and let's see.
And I think it's quite unfortunate. A lot of African marriages, when they come to UK, they tend to break up. Why? Because in UK, the women feel more empowered, to start doing it, as opposed to in Africa, where a lot of people will be telling you, no, now, how can you leave your marriage for this person? Work on it, fight for it, do it. And you're thinking, why can't the husband do the same? Why can't he fight for the marriage? And I watched it. Nice. It's a Christian show, Just Us Girls.
I'm just seeing it. I watched a bit of really it last week.
So there's something they said that was really nice. That the woman is the crown. Have you ever seen where a crown is chasing after the king? Come and wear me, come and wear me. No, it's the king that will chase after the crown because he knows that only that crown will make you a king. It's not that crown that stands you out as a king. So I think it's quite unfortunate. The place we're coming from is they leave the responsibility of marriage or making a marriage work. They leave that onus to the woman.
Yeah.
A man is a hunter. A man is how many things have they ascribed to men in Africa? A man is a hunter in nature.
They should come and enter bush now.
It's up to you to make your marriage work. It's up to you. Don't allow that small girl to come and destroy.
How many seminars they do for women, and then you wonder why things are not working.
I'm telling you, the other ones now, the ones that turn their wives into, well, unfortunately. But by the time they come here, they see like there's more. You get like I don't have to be this. I can. Things are working. I can,
get support, get help,
get support, get out.
Yeah.
And then it's quite unfortunate. You see a lot of marriages here when they come here end in divorce, and people are asking, what is going? What is it? What is it?
It's been going on since you just need an out. That's
somewhere supportive. Yeah. Honestly,
can be really traumatic.
Yeah, my beautiful lady decided to match Aura with Aura. The guy thought, I'll just leave all the children for you. I will go and marry another wife and be bored. He said, really?
That's fine.
Just left.
That's fine.
Our children. Now, why is it on me to look after them? Look after your children. The guy is there ranting on social media. That what kind of wife is this? What kind of mother is this? That will leave her children?
The kids. I went back to Nigeria, and that's the funny thing. Like we just left the kids and went back to Nigeria. Like, well,
you're so wicked. I cannot do my job. My sister has to come and take it. And people are like, so you that wanted to leave the children for her? How did you think
she was going to cope?
How did you think she was going to cope?
Again, band for band.
I'm telling you, we've left the dispensation of I'm fighting for my marriage. Unless some of us are fighting.
So people, are involved in something, then they should make it work. It shouldn't be the onus is not left on one person to make anything work. It's in everything, friendship, relationship, anything really. You can't leave that responsibility on one person to make it work. No, it doesn't work that way at all.
Oh, you started Just Us Girls. So
I did. I watched. I've seen a couple of them, but it's very, very annoying. I was like,
that's so annoying.
Persevering through it, like I was just like, I actually thought it was going to be. Like when you hear like those kind of things, I thought it was internet TV because internet TV they tend to have a better sound quality. Their pictures are a lot better in terms of quality. So when I started watching, I was like, oh my God. But then, of course, I tend to have my favorite character, which is the Ejiro. The Ejiro girl, the one that has Is it her name is Ejiro?
Which one? No, there's not Ejiro.
There's not Ejiro.
Sola. There's
Jite.
Jite.
Yeah, that's Jite. I'm calling her Ejiro. So the Jite girl is my favorite character. Even though her body used to bite her a lot. I'm like, why are you always so edgy? What is the matter? Calm down. But then another thing again I used to say, especially when it comes to the same thing in terms of relationship, is dating in church, right? And the way they weaponize it against, especially the sisters in church.
Okay.
You know, like the girl that was a churchy person. What's her name now?
Koye. No,
the other one. I don't know. It starts with M.
Asha person, yeah.
Yeah, Ame, right?
Ame, yes.
She's a typical church sister, goes to church, from church to work, from work home, from church. And then she found this brother who she likes. I don't know.
Master.
Well, the choir master, right?
That's what that was the deadly word, the choir master.
And you know this thing where you're being bullied in a relationship, but then it's confusing because this person is supposed to be spirit-filled. Yeah. This person is supposed to be all the fruits of the Holy Spirit. Yeah. And you're not seeing it, but then you believe, you have faith that it's somewhere hiding under the shoe, that maybe at some point it's going to come out. And then the brothers... No, seriously, you believe it's somewhere hiding. The Holy Spirit has not fully manifested, but then somehow he's actually out and is bullying you. I think she wanted him to meet her brother at some point, and he just screamed, like, just, you know, change, like, why do we have to meet your brother? Like, why? I don't want pressure on the relationship. So like, just a normal meeting, like, this is my only, you know, sibling. I just wanted to have. She didn't want that. And at some point, when he realized that she was not happy, and then he yielded, oh, I'll see you brother at some point. And then subtle things like, okay, we're dating. Can we let the leadership in the church, you know? And then he shut it down. And at some point, there's this thing where you're a Christian sister and you're committed to a church. No, because there's a big thin line between Christianity and fanaticism. And that's where I worry a lot, especially with young girls who they've not really had any experience aside church. They don't understand that a human being, like, this person, I should take this person at face value. Yeah. And they keep seeing you as a soul that needs to be redeemed with your bad character. And then feeling that, with your bad character, knowing that, feeling that God's grace is sufficient for you and all of that crap everybody comes up with. Not knowing that this person, this human being, this virtue you're seeing, you're not meant to be bullied in any way. Yeah. And then you use God to cover it in some way. And then you're being just tossed anyhow. And somehow you're going and you're praying about it. And I don't know how they get peace from the whole thing, but then they're in that relationship. It's just a mess. And most of them are just like perpetrating that act of violence in church, covering it up with prayers and, you know, being, like you said, they're counseling them. You need to keep your marriage. You need to pray more. You need to fast more. Don't give the devil a foothold. Exactly. And there's a lot of guilt when you decide, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore because I don't know. It's really scary. I feel like we should have more strong voices in church to be able to tell these girls, like, you know, it's very okay for you to demand better from that brother. Like, first of all, like I used to tell people that word, when they say, when you're dating somebody, you know, all these things you do in church, where you automatically, you feel like you have to submit to the leadership of a man. I'm like, you're not married to the person. First of all, you're not married. Like, you're a man and a woman. Yeah. Is it only in that context of marriage that submission comes into place? I'm not married to you, then I'm not supposed to be submitting to you in any way. That's one. Yeah. And then when we come to that submission, we now have another way to explain it. And it's not being a fool. It's not being a fool.
The submission doesn't come in isolation.
No, it comes
exactly.
Yes.
Yes. The man has to love the woman.
The man, like, yes.
And exactly like
Christ has loved the church.
Yeah. And you find that when you love a woman, she will be like, it will not be a problem.
Exactly. exactly. It doesn't
But
go
most
in
men
isolation.
forget that clause of love. They just
Yeah.
want, it's in the Bible. The woman should submit with the man. You be like,
Even the ones
Yeah,
you meet on the
attachment,
road,
though.
like what's going on? Like what are we talking about submission? And it's a mutual submission, isn't it? It's not supposed to be like just a blind thing. Like I always tell somebody, I say, I cannot use my two and go and walk inside gutter because you are my husband. You understand? Like your husband is making a bad decision or your wife making a bad decision. You should be able to say, babe, I don't think we should be doing this. But then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, you can't challenge him because and then you go to church and they're telling you should not, a whole sermon telling women, how can you be challenging your husband? How can you? Then people are just suffering, not having the best time. And what's the point if you're not having the best time? And then if you decide, you know what, I'm done, you now have people with their think pieces. Even some people will even maybe make you so miserable that you can't come to church anymore.
Yeah.
Like, they start being ostracized on one thing or the other, which is unfair. So,
I believe that mentality also is even from our grandparents.
yeah,
because your environment makes you. So it's quite unfortunate. Like they've seen a lot of things that happened where their mothers tolerated. Yeah, they don't expect their wives to tolerate the same.
Yeah, the same thing.
But we are not cut from the same cloth.
You can't. You don't want. They don't want us to challenge.
Yes, they'll be like, my mother. They'll not be telling you, women of those days were more respectful.
That's not true. Have you met them? Have you heard them talk? Say things that they're not happy? Yeah,
they're oppressed. Yeah, not about respect. They were oppressed. They were oppressed by the system, the patriarchal system in Nigeria. They were oppressed by the religion. Like there was oppression on all sides.
Look at it. Our culture itself is already oppressive.
Yeah.
And then you enter religion, which is not more. This is also oppressive in some levels to women. And then you now see someone who is coming from our culture with that religion. Yeah. It's a mess on every side. Like you can't even talk to any, and I'm not specifically just about Christianity. I'm talking about like all religion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mixed with culture. Disaster, especially if you're not able to find someone that can tell you, okay, which is which. This is whether biblical, this does not make any sense. This is common sense. You can treat people like this. People should not make you feel this way. Nobody should make you feel this way. You are a human being. You are, like your compass mentis. You should be able to make your decision. You have capacity. You're an adult. Nobody should talk to you in this way. If you have money, you should be able to say where your money is going to, what you want your money to do. If you're not happy to bring out your money, if you're happy to bring, like nobody should be robbing you in this name of some arrangements. I think that whole, having that community of people who are not afraid to say or challenge whatever the norm is and say, no, this should not be done and this should be done. We should actually encourage it because at the end of the day, it's for the good of everyone.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I love Twitter a lot. So there's this whole video about a guy who was talking about what men go through when women are pregnant. So basically, it's a guy it was in a podcast. I don't know, whatever. It was a recording. And then he was talking about how when his wife gave birth and it wasn't really complaining. It was a podcast. The title, the whole point of it was to sort of create an awareness of what men go through or what men see or what men challenges they face when their wives give birth. So essentially he was trying to explain that when his wife gave birth, he did 12 hours without sleeping because of the baby. And then I think another 48 hours, he's not really slept for so long. But then nobody asked him how he was doing. They were just, and then of course he understood that his wife had gone through, labor and all of that. And she deserves it. He understood why she had to be fed, give her cap for her breast milk and all that, but that nobody in that 48 hours ever asked him, how are you doing? That in fact, that being a husband is almost like a glorified errand boy. If you go out, they don't even care if you found, let's say, challenge on the way, they're calling you, where are you now? Where is the thing they asked you to buy and all that? So obviously, you got a lot of reactions on the internet and some people were saying that there's this popular social media influencer, Maraji, who was upset with the guy with the video saying that you can't compare, basically trying to say you can't compare, what women go through in pregnancy and also wanting some level of attention from it when they are in that their postnatal phase. Of course, many people had different things. Men were like, oh, this is why we don't talk about our feelings, because you guys find a way to make it about you. He just went to a whole thing on internet. And of course, I don't know what people's, thoughts about it. That's why I was like, yeah.
It's understandable that he would feel, but I like the fact that he clarified that I understand that, he wasn't just being narcissistic and saying, why didn't you check on me? Yeah, even if my wife, so it's understandable that he will also be feeling, oh my God, nobody even checked on me. 12 hours. I don't know if this is a bit of a segue, but what I've noticed is that, unfortunately, the world seems to praise men for just doing the basic. Like, it's basic parenting. This is what you're supposed to do. But all of a sudden, oh my God, you're such a good dad. Just because he's doing the bare minimum of what parenting is supposed to be.
Like, if you're looking after your child, they say, are you babysitting? I'm like,
it's my child. I'm not babysitting. Or you see a father go to shopping with his children, and everybody, oh my God.
Wow. Yeah, exactly.
The mom go shopping, and everybody, well.
Yeah. I mean, what else are you meant to do?
What else? But I can understand the fact of him also. Well, human, come on, just check up on me. Just ask me, are you okay? Have you eaten? Have you drank? What?
Do you want pepper soup?
Yeah. I'm staying awake with the baby for 12 hours. Are you all right? Did you like a cup of coffee? Yeah, just check in. We're all humans. Yeah. I don't like when men compare pregnancy and because pregnancy in itself, I've seen women go blind.
It's a tough phase.
Honestly, it's really not easy, and I can understand why there's some women out there that say, I don't want kids.
So, what do you think? Is anger justified?
Well, I am going to come through a different angle.
Yeah.
Because what this gentleman experienced, women experience it every day. Every day. Like, a lot of women, I'll say 9 out of 10 women experience this even after they've had a baby, because immediately the woman delivers, everyone's concentration goes on the baby and not the woman. Everyone coming to visit the woman, be it family, everyone's concentration is on the baby. They come and they want to see the baby, cuddle the baby. Most people, the only one whose concentration normally is on a woman is the mother of the woman.
True.
Absolutely.
Is the mother of the woman. That is what I have seen, because I've seen a lot of on social media. I saw one lady who had just delivered, and the mom and the mother-in-law all came. They were allowed into the room.
Yeah, guys, I've seen
the baby.
Yeah,
to see the woman and the baby at the same time.
Yeah,
the mother ignored the baby that has been born and went directly to her child to make sure that her child is okay before she went to the baby.
Yeah.
The mother-in-law, on the other hand, came in and went straight to the baby. And it happens. It's something that happens constantly. Most of the time, once a woman delivers, everyone is like, oh, how is the baby? Only a few times someone's like, oh, how are you doing?
How are you?
But women are exhausted. They are having sleepless nights. They have engorged breasts. Sometimes breast milk is not flowing. They are under a lot of stress.
Psychologically,
they are not okay. The fact that you are just giving her food and say eat. It's not about food. It's not about food. It's not about drink.
And sorry to interrupt you. Even the food they're giving you is to make you have strength enough to nurse the baby.
And to have
it's not really because anybody gives it down.
Not because anyone gives what about you, you know? So for me, I always say that, like, when my friends deliver and have children, my focus is more on them. I'm all worried about them and really not about the baby, because if the mother is okay, the baby would be okay.
Yeah.
If the mother is not okay, the baby is not okay. So even with this man that he's saying that, oh, nobody asked him how he's doing and how he's feeling and all that, the woman is going through more than what he's going through. The woman has just delivered a human being. Yeah?
Yeah.
She's still not recovered from the pain down below.
Depending on where it came out, because some people were cut open. And some people were also caught, Yeah.
So down below, so whether it's on the tummy or below, she's going through stuff. She's still bleeding, whether she had it
exactly
or vaginal
delivery. Yeah,
people go through pain. Well, some people are lucky to have deliveries where they get epidurals and stuff like that.
But
so
even at that, it wears out, and you still have to face it. You still have to face it.
I'm even talking about the pain, the labor.
That exhausts you.
Some people are traumatized so much that they wouldn't even want to go through that experience ever again.
Yeah.
And no one usually worries about how the woman is doing, how is she feeling, except the mother of the child, of the woman. So for people who are having kids and they have their mothers alive, they are blessed to have their mothers alive because the mothers come like they are on good, or they have good relationship with their moms, and their moms are there when they are having the babies. The mothers,
and they have sensible mothers.
Yeah, exactly. The mother's concentration is always on their child. Because if it's not your child, most people they just cannot be bothered. Even the husband's attention is now on the new child that they now have in their home.
Absolutely.
So although they'll be caring for the woman and helping her, most of the time the woman doesn't meet all she needs at that particular time.
Yeah.
So although he's worried about, nobody asked about me, was he expecting the woman to ask how he's feeling? Because the woman is also dealing with her own issues. Or whom was he expecting to ask how he's doing? Was it his friends or
maybe his friends?
And the funny thing, I always tell people, like, how we talk about like postpartum phase, and they call it puerperium. Like from the time you give birth to 6 weeks, you're not even out of the loop, because people have gone into preeclampsia. After they've delivered, people have gone into like dangerous, like things have happened to them, and that's not even that you're safe when the baby has come out. That doesn't mean that you're safe.
Exactly. Not to talk of puerperal psychosis and all
sepsis and all that. It's a lot.
So the woman is dealing with a lot of things at the same time, especially if that is her first child. She's never had a child before. She now feels responsible for another human being. Her hormones are all over the place. She's not yet. I have been there, able to explain or express it.
The way, even at that, you can't even really put it in words how you feel.
I can't really put it in words how I feel in having a newborn baby where you are clueless what to do for the baby. You are in pain from down below. Going to the toilet is a problem. Going to urinate is a challenge. Having engorged breast that feels so it's as hard as stone. It's another challenge. A child not suckling, it's another challenge. A whole lot of things that you need to deal with during that period. So men should not. They just shouldn't. They
I mean, it brings to them like the importance of having like a community, because at the end of the day, if you look at the people who are coming out to check on the woman, is usually the woman's community, people either your friends or mothers or people who can relate with your struggle. And then I keep wondering, like, if you want to get anything, because think about it, like, it's when they've given everything they have to the woman and to the baby, that they have the spare to give you as a man. So that also begs the question, where is a man's community of men, where they can actually offer that kind of support you need? The woman has also built during the period where she had friends, or when she was pregnant, or from her own mother, or from her own relatives, and most of them are all women as well. So how do the men support other men? Because now you're not going to expect that it's the women's community that will be there for you when they need to be there for someone that literally gone through hell. So I don't know, but like you said, you can't compare. And I know it's a high stress situation. Everybody's stressed. The woman is stressed. Even the mother that's come for Omugo is stressed. Yes. People don't talk about that. People feel like it's such a happy moment for the mother of the girl.
Because mothers always clash with their daughters, even when it's your
yes, exactly.
Your mom has a way of maybe this is how
doing something. Okay, imagine a mom. For example, my mom didn't have any problem with her knee. until she went for Omugo for 6 months. Where you carry a child, you sit down, the child start crying, you stand up. She'll carry the child throughout the night. My mother started having arthritis from nowhere. So I'm like, she herself, you say it's a joyful thing for her to go for Omugo. She's not even having a full night's sleep. So who is looking after the mother that has come for Omugo? So everybody is when assessing for impact. You look at an obvious impact, or you can see a direct impact. And then there's some people that things that have indirect impacts. So everybody in that loop, looking after this woman and this baby, they are also affected. So it's not about, oh, nobody has asked you how you doing or how you feeling. It's not the time.
I think both the man and the woman need support, needs someone to care about them and all. But at that particular instance, you have to prioritize who needs the support.
Who needs the support? Just like when you have an emergency, you need to triage.
Exactly.
Who needs the support?
Who needs the support more? Because here, see, some women start to cry immediately they deliver because they are not even sure that they are breastfeeding the child. The child is not sucking. They are worried. The child has saw themselves. They don't even know how to. They don't even know how to hold the baby. They feel like they will crush the baby.
And you know they feel exactly what you're saying. You think people come already made, like women. No, we learn.
No, women also learn. So I know that most men, I've heard most men say, once immediately the babies, I cannot hold the woman too. Nobody was born already to be a mom or to deliver a baby or to hold a baby. But you would have to learn, and the woman is under a lot of pressure, a lot of stress. Like, it's a difficult period, not to talk of, especially if the woman has had issues throughout pregnancy. That is even worse. If someone has a smooth pregnancy, even when they have the baby, still not easy. Not to talk of someone who has maybe struggled with gestational diabetes, hypertension and preeclampsia, or even might have had eclampsia, or might have had prolonged labor, have had forceps delivery. There's several things that can happen throughout pregnancy. So I don't think men should even try to compare. There's no comparison here.
And nobody's saying that you should not voice how you feel. And like I always say again, time and place matters, and where you get your support. You should be able to prepare your own support group ahead of time. So just leaving the whole broad discussion where people go and drink and gossip, because if people gossip as well, men, they should also think of how to support their brethren in, like when they give birth, or like trying to share their own experience, like, okay, this is how you can manage to have some sleep when my wife gave birth. This is what I did and this is what I didn't do, or whatever. Not trying to leech off the already made support your wife has also built around herself, preparing for that period. And we shouldn't be having all this issue. Like I said, adults, we should take care of each other, but then it shouldn't be a comparison or trying to make yourself like insert yourself in the center to say, even me too. Somebody say, I'm going to it's even me too. You don't have to come and do that here. Like,
it's okay. At the end of the day, it's also your child.
Exactly.
It's also your child that has been brought into the world. So both of you have a responsibility towards the child. At that particular instant, the woman might not be able to do a lot of things that she could have done if there was no baby, or she had not been pregnant. So that's when there's nothing like a 50-50. In marriage, it shouldn't be 50-50. No, there are times one person can give 80%, where the other is giving 20%. There are times when the other party will be giving even 100% and you'll be giving a 0%.
Exactly.
And there are times when it will be 50-50. So there's no
set out.
There's no meter that is used to measure who is doing more. At that particular instant, the man should just, in fact, get out.
I think the man he should be a support system for the woman as well.
No,
you should not get out though, because the woman will vex.
No, like seriously, I get where Miji is coming from. Like, everybody, you tell yourself that this is going to happen. It's like you said, there are times you're going to do more. It's normal, and you should be ready to do more. And that's it. You just charge it to the game and keep moving, because at the end of the day, once that woman recovers, whether we like it or not, most of the onus of taking care of the child falls back on her. People think, when you're doing maternity leave, you're just chilling, watching Housewives of New Jersey. I don't know the one that they have now, or Atlanta. No, you're not. They say sleep when baby sleeps.
Rich housewives of Lagos.
Rich housewives of Lagos. They think you're watching that one and you're just chilling. And they tell you, what do you mean you cannot do anything? When the baby is sleeping, you sleep. When do you think baby sleeps? That's when the woman gets it, when she has 1,000,001 things to do at home. So there's a lot of things around motherhood, and I feel like we need to highlight on it, make adequate support. But then, of course, obviously, we are not ignoring that the men will have their own issue. But then they should also, it's not every time a woman finds something that works for them, somebody wants to insert themselves in the middle. If you celebrate Mother's Day, say, why are we not celebrating Father's Day the way we are doing for Mother's Day? If you celebrate International Men of the Child, International Men of the Child happen, International Men of the Child happen, and nobody made noise about it. Can you not make noise about it? Do you have to insert yourself in anything we decide to do to support our kind? You now have to talk about, why is nobody talking about violence against men? You talk about it now, you're a man. Why does it have to be us championing it? We champion women, we champion men. It doesn't make any sense. So,
but we have to lend some of support, because there are also men that champion women.
Yeah, I'm not saying that that's not happening, but I'm just saying that it almost sounds like you always want to insert yourself when we are talking about something of importance. You're like, oh, it is a woman, everybody here, it is a man. And like, you can actually just do that. You can champion it also and let us join you. We don't have to be the ones to give our platform to it. You can do it, and then we support you the same way you are retweeting. We retweet you too. It's that simple. So, but then
it's like I said, I hate when men compare pregnancy, because pregnancy on itself is
I know
it's life. It's a life base.
It's a life and death.
So I don't like it. So I tend not to. Once they start,
there's no comparison
with pregnancy, I don't bother. But I know that men, aside just remove pregnancy, men feel like they are not heard a lot, and that's why the suicide rate for men is quite high. So I do like to champion for men to speak out.
Yeah, they can speak out. People should speak out. And I feel like even the way they speak out is toxic on its own. Seriously, you say we women, we are crying, we're doing this, but the anger a man lashes out is in itself a way of communication, but not a good way of communicating how you feel.
But it's very unfortunate, because it's how the world has conditioned them. Men don't cry. Yeah.
Who conditioned them?
Society.
Who conditioned them? Men.
Even women.
No,
men. No,
condition them.
No, even women. Because you see people when their sons are crying, like, why they cry? You don't say you be man. It's like it's the mother saying that.
Because they learned it from the best. Do you understand? So
that's society as a whole.
You just repeat what you heard all the time. You just repeat the same thing.
It's quite unfortunate. Yeah, they're quite conditional. They don't cry. Men don't cry. We don't show weakness. But no, that's why you're struggling, and you feel like the only way out is to off yourself. That's why
I think when men show emotions, the society sees it as a sign of weakness.
Yeah.
And a man with his ego, he always wants to be seen as like I'm the man. So even when they are struggling, they are not able to express it.
Yeah.
And then they keep it within them. So normally when a man plans to sort of do something to harm himself, he wouldn't really talk about it. They just go straight and they do
it.
Where a woman will cry out for help by doing certain things that would make you identify.
Exactly.
They're looking for attention. They are doing this on that and all of that. But the society has made it such that a man showing emotions is a sign of this man is a weak man.
But that's not good. That's why a lot of men are dying in silence. I just read of the one that she came back from her honeymoon, and in less than 4 days she's burying her husband, because her husband, I don't know what was wrong with him. He never see you. He's an ex-Marine. He just came back, walked into the bush, and the next day they found his body. So because he wouldn't talk. Yeah, he wouldn't talk. And I like to advocate for men to speak up more. I'm not saying you should be crying and when but speak out when you're suffering.
No, if they have to cry, they should cry.
Okay, no,
yes, like cry. Yeah. If you have to cry, cry. If you have to wail, lie on the floor, roll on the have to roll.
Yeah, okay. And that's brings
how you express your
emotions. Oh, that's okay.
Themselves.
I like that.
However they want to express themselves. If you have to make them feel better
and heard. Okay, that brings me, maybe this is another topic we have to talk about. That segues me into another topic that we're seeing. We want men to talk and express themselves, but we're now seeing a rise in feminized men, and science has shown that the Y chromosome is gradually disappearing. and the testosterone levels
Interesting.
of our men are reducing. So, because we're advocating men should speak for themselves, men should be themselves, live their life. Back then, men's men. We had the man's man back.
With everything.
Back there, the boomers. The age of the boomers. Testosterone was strong.
Like a man.
Was strong. Yeah. So.
Like every other thing that happens, everything, we humans, we tend to overcorrect for everything. Yeah. I don't have a problem, even with women. I don't have a problem with you communicating how you feel and all of that. But then it's something I find really hard, especially for adults, is the fact that we try to become our weakness, we become our trauma, become our whatever it is. Like, this is how I am. We don't want to take accountability because part of you.
Let's not go there.
Because now you're saying people. Nobody's saying you shouldn't speak out. You shouldn't say. But then there are things that. When people talk about resilience, I think about it in the sense of being a human being, definitely not taking a shitty job that they put you down and all of that. And I'm talking about like in life. Yeah. There's a form of resilience you need to go through. Things are going to happen to you. Bad things, good things, right? That is normal. And that is the reason why you also need to have your own community of people. When you talk about like life is lifing, part of adulting, it's one of those things that happen. But then there's also a limit, like, okay, this is happening to me. This has happened to me. I've had this trauma. I'm not saying, just pretend that it didn't happen. That's why we have therapy these days. But then you can talk to your friends. Oh, this is what happened to me. This is how I feel about certain things. But then don't become that thing. You don't have to marinate in it to show that this is what's happening. And every time you talk about something that happens, you say, oh, this thing that happened to me when I was 15 years old.
If we enter this topic,
can we move on?
We will not leave today.
Yeah.
Because as a mental health doctor, dear Lord. Yeah.
We talk about it in our next episode. We talk about like people actually taking accountability for their life.
Accountability.
Yeah.
We've lost it. It's quite unfortunate. And our younger ones are learning it. Yeah. Everybody
I'm like this because this is what happened to me when I was
everybody's imbibing
like that because
imbibing the trauma and using it as an excuse
for what you are.
Normalize
some things. I'm like, no, that's rubbish.
Yeah.
So as much as we're encouraging people to speak up, we should also encourage them to take accountability. We should also there are things that are normal for you to go through. Life is not peachy. Life is not literally life is not a bed of roses
at all.
People are going to tell you no. You're going to have rejection. You're going to have things that happen to you. Part of being resilient. Of course, there are things that are extreme.
Yes.
Nobody should deal with.
Yes.
And that is the reason why we talk about things. We move on. You have a friends group. You express. You move on. That's how you should. You shouldn't just, because of that, you now don't progress in life because you've been through.
Honestly,
yeah. I mean,
it's not things I see. Like sometimes just like. Where is your fortitude? Honestly, I'm not. No, it's my depression. Oh no, it's my anxiety. I'm like, oh my god,
okay.
I'm anxious. Speaking to you, I have social anxiety, but you see me here. I'm here. I'm speaking to you. I have to push.
Yeah, because
I'm not
you have to deploy your resilience.
My anxiety, I cannot.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's not.
Let's not go there. But then, as much as we are trying to identify evils in the society, we shouldn't overcorrect because overcorrection leads you to like you don't have any balance at all, and that's not good.
I'm trying to be. We've taken it too far. We've taken it too far.
Anyway, guys, it's been a lovely that we got to wrap up right now. So. Right, thank you guys for listening, and tune in for more. Hopefully, meet again and then have more chats. Subscribe,
like, share,
like, share, comment.
Listen to the rantings of
If
you have questions, you can ask your questions.
Absolutely.
If you want us to discuss, if you have any topic you want us to discuss,
happy to jump on it.
But again, this Switzerland. Nothing too religious, nothing too political, please.
Yeah, exactly.